So this is part, I'm not even sure anymore, of how I developed borderline personality disorder. I've talked about my relationship with my father and my grandparents. Now I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about some of the things I went through in school. I've already talked a little bit about it in a video on bullying, but let's see if I can get a better angle. Anyway, it started in about, I guess the earliest started was 3rd grade, and then it became a little bit more prominent in 4th grade, and then full force in 5th grade. I developed what I thought was friendships with some kids. We became close. I would hang out with them, invite them over to my house, have sleepovers, stuff like that. But I think in 4th grade, it started where I would invite kids to my birthday party and nobody showed up. They would say they'd be there, or they said they'd be there and everything, but nobody would show up. We had ordered pizza, had picked up movies from video store and all this, and no one showed up. And it left me really hurt. And then in 5th grade, kids did show up to my birthday. We had it at the bowling alley that's no longer there anymore, the Mount Zion bowling alley. And so anyway, later on, those same friends, I found out that they weren't really my friends. They had convinced me that they were my friends in order to basically stab me in the back, to get me to lower my defenses, and then they jump me. They'd attack me outside of school, walking home or walking to the library after school. They'd chase me on their bikes, just hit me full force with sticks, spit on me, call me every derogatory name they could. Just relentlessly make fun of me at school. And then there were... This continued on all through intermediate school and junior high. And so by the time I switched school districts. I didn't really know who to trust. I didn't know if people who I was developing friendships with were going to do the same thing to me or not. I didn't know if I could count on anyone. And in high school, a lot of people did let me down. They didn't do it to the extent that was in intermediate and junior high, where they just lured me into a false sense of security and friendship. They just, when I needed them, they weren't there. there were a few guys that I considered my best friends. 3 guys that I considered my best friends. We no longer talk. I talk to one of them occasionally, but one of them, which I considered my best friend, I eventually realized, later on in my 30s, that the only reason he basically kept me around was because he got something out of it. Because anytime he was single, or anytime he was in a relationship with someone, he wouldn't really want me around. He wouldn't want to hang out or anything. And his significant other would actually try to talk him into going and hanging out with me, having a guy's night or whatever, and he wouldn't. But yet, whenever he'd break up with the girl, that's when he wanted me around, or when he wanted something from me. I actually got a text message from him last fall. We hadn't talked in 4 or 5 years, maybe. And the text message, it started out like he was genuinely sorry for the way our relationship fell apart and everything, but then very quickly turned into him wanting something from me, and when I told him no, then he pretty much stopped contacting me. I tried messaging him 1 or 2 times after that, just to kind of test the waters and see if that's all he wanted was that. It pretty much confirmed everything. So relationships with peers, false friendships, stuff like that really contributed to me developing borderline personality disorder, along with my relationship or lack thereof with my dad, and the relationship with my grandparents, and then there's girls. I didn't actually get into a serious relationship until after high school, after I turned 18. And so that is going to be in for the next part of this series. Some relationship problems, getting into narcissistic relationships with narcissistic women, stuff like that. So yeah, tune in for the next one.